Hey y'all, welcome to 5 Minute Faith Talk. For those who do not know me, my name is Jasmine Marie, and I am starting this series to bring you biblically based principles every week for a midweek faith boost. So I'm excited to get this series started by telling you my purpose. In this series, I will provide stories and strategies to help you navigate the pressure of a faith moment. Now, I define a faith moment as a space where you know you are called to move forward, but what you see and what's ahead of you and what's around you and how you feel all make it seem like it's impossible. It seems like there's no way out. You don't know how to move forward. You feel like you are in a dark, sometimes isolated place. That is the faith moment because that is the moment where you have to tap into something greater than yourself. And that's what I want to help us navigate in this series. Now, before I dive a little deeper, I also want to tell you why I'm starting this series. In 2019, I started my own extensive faith journey. I left my 10-year career as a high school English teacher to follow the call of God on my life and walk into full-time entrepreneurship. For me, that meant entering into my life as a writer and as a nonprofit founder. But being a writer and a nonprofit founder did not in any way nearly replace the amount of income that I was making as a teacher. So I had to step out on faith and be like, God, I don't know how my bills will get paid month to month. I do not know the plan that you have for me, but I know that you've called me forward. So I'm going to leave this job because I've outgrown this place. That was a faith moment, and that decision to say yes to that very scary journey has led me on a path of growing my relationship with God in exponentially deeper ways, but also growing my understanding of self and who I am in Him. And so on that journey, when I just learned a lot of revelations, I've learned a lot of practical tips that I want to share with you. But also in 2020, God led me to write a 40-day devotional, which I finished last September. And so this series is also going to be the build up for the release of that devotional on faith. And so I'm just excited to share these things with you, and I'm glad that you're here. Okay, so if we are going to have a biblically based faith talk, then we need to have our Bibles handy. And so I'll have my Bible. I have some notes. I was a teacher, so if you see me looking down and around, that's what I'm referencing. And today's tip comes from Deuteronomy 31:6, where Moses was naming his successor and he was talking to both Israel and Joshua, the leader who would come after him. And he says, be strong and of good courage. Do not fear nor be afraid of them. For the Lord your God, He is the one who goes with you. He will not leave you or forsake you. Other versions will say, be strong and courageous. And again, at the top of this year, and every year since I've left my job, God is always expanding my faith in a new way. And this year, the theme that He gave me was to come out of hiding. So I actually started this year working on a really big community project. And a month out from that project, we didn't have anything. We didn't have the money. We didn't have the guaranteed things solidified that we needed to host the event. And I was like, God, you called me out here a few months ago. Nobody knew who I was. Why would you bring me out here to make me look crazy? And after talking to a couple of friends who spoke life back into me, I had to remind myself, right, that this was a moment of faith. It was a faith moment, right? I couldn't see a way forward, but I had to be strong and courageous because God was calling me to lead in a new way. Joshua had big shoes to fill following in Moses' footsteps. And while we look at how great these leaders were, sometimes we don't always sit with the reality of what they were facing. And so if you have to be strong and courageous, that means there's something scary that you're going to be facing. And so we have to shift our mindset to tap into the part of the verse that says, I will not leave you or forsake you. Be strong and courageous, for I am with you. And so in the moments where it does not seem like there is a way out, we need to train our eyes, attune our ears, and develop a language that identifies with the truth that God, you are with me. And so even though I do not see a way forward, even though it feels scary, even though this is too much for me, I will get through it. One, because you called me to it, and two, because you are with me. And if you be for me, who or what can stand against me? And so I'm going to trust you in this moment. So with that said, I'll keep it short today. That is your first 5-minute faith talk. If you are in a moment where you feel like, yo, I don't know what is happening. I feel like I'm walking in what I'm supposed to be walking in, but all hell is breaking loose in my life. Then tap into the fact that God will not leave you or forsake you. He is with you. Tap in. Thank you. I will be doing these every week. I hope you enjoyed your first 5-minute faith talk.